Hello, welcome to Akzonobel Lakakraska site. My name is Alexander Brovin, and I will introduce you to the safety and environmental rules you need to follow on our site. So, let's start. First of all, let me bring your attention that our main target is zero incidents on Akzonobel sites and premises. This is equally important for all our employees, contractors, customers, and guests at our location, as no work is worth somebody's getting injured. Each production site has its risks that all our employees and visitors must be aware of to eliminate their impact on health and safety. There are following risks at our site. On-site traffic, slips, trips and falls, flash, fire or explosion risk, electric shock risk, entrapment injury, cutting injury, confined spaces and suffocation risk while using nitrogen. In summer period, snakebite risk is possible. Let's study all of them. Risk of on-site traffic incident is possible in areas of moving transport, forklift trucks, or electric trucks operations. To eliminate this risk, truck and pedestrian routes are separated, speed limits and halo principles are applied. To eliminate risk of slip, trips and falls, all pedestrians need to walk carefully and hold on to handrails while walking up and down stairs. Powder coating dust and aluminum powder create risk of flash, fire and dust explosion. To eliminate this risk, we have earthing systems for production equipment, aspiration, fire alarm, hot works regulations, and dedicated smoking areas. To eliminate risk of electric shock, you need to follow electrical safety rules. Operating with site equipment under voltage between 220 to 380 volts. To exclude contact with moving machinery, all moving and rotating parts of equipment must be securely guarded or locked with the low Tutu safety system. To avoid cutting injury while working with cutting tools, you need to use safety knives and scissors only. Wear protective gloves and keep yourself away from line of fire. Next risk. Biting injury exists during summer period due to activity of common vipers and forest flies. If you identify any other risks and problems, please report them to site administration. We have a dedicated signal card form to report about risks and dangers. To minimize production factors and risks, each Akzonobel employee and visitor must follow site safety rules. All pedestrians must enter site territory only through pedestrian entrance by security point. Entrance through traffic gates is strictly forbidden. If you arrive by bike or a scooter, you also need to enter through the pedestrian entrance. Riding a bike is forbidden on site territory. Any entrance and exit of site territory must be registered at security. You need to use your pass to walk through the turn gate. All vehicles must enter and exit through traffic gates. Priority is given to exiting vehicles. To register at security point, a driver must stop the vehicle by roadway gate, put handbrake on, leave the vehicle, use prox card at turn gate. You can continue movement only after roadway gate is fully raised. Please consider one side counter-clockwise road traffic on the site area. Clockwise road traffic is forbidden. Speed limit on site territory is 20 kilometers per hour. Traffic signs are set to ensure road safety on the site area. All pedestrians must walk on pedestrian routes and use crosswalks. At crosswalks, priority is given to pedestrians. When open-air raw material storage area is open, on-site traffic is controlled by a traffic light. If red lights is on, please stop and let forklift truck go. You can leave car on parking area by the main entrance or on the parking area behind site building. Please use road marking for car parking and pedestrian route to walk. All trucks have blind areas. That is why pedestrians are not allowed to stay within area of loading activity. Please consider possible backwards run by moving vehicles during parking and docking areas. Please remember that heavy trucks can be present on our premises, which also have blind areas. Besides main production risks and safety rules, please remember following restrictions. First, alcohol and drugs are banned on site territory. Security conducts pre-work health check, and any person found under alcohol or drugs will be suspended from work. Second, smoking is allowed only in dedicated market areas. Third, all highly flammable liquids, toxic, poisoning, and combustible materials are banned on site territory. Fourth, all types of weapons are banned on site territory. Fifth, children underage are not allowed to site without prior approval by administration. Sixth, you must wear your identity badge or a prox card visible during your stay on our territory. Seventh, photo and video recording are not allowed without prior approval. If approved, please switch off flash on your camera to avoid activation of fire alarm. In production areas, all employees, contractors, and visitors must wear mandatory personal protective equipment, PPE. It includes helmet or bump hat, protective glasses, trousers and long-sleeved clothes, protective footwear. Before entrance to production, take off your bracelet, watch, and rings. Neck chains must be taken off or securely hidden under your clothes. You can't use your mobile phone in production areas until it is approved by site administration. Depending on types of works, your set of PPE can be extended with protective gloves, face masks, ear plugs, other specific PPE. Besides mandatory use of PPE, all employees, contractors, and visitors must follow these rules. All visitors must be accompanied by a site representative. Visitors are not allowed to leave the group or a guide. In case of any emergency, please follow instructions of a site representative. Report immediately if you are involved in any incident on site territory. Please walk only on marked pedestrian routes to avoid traffic incident. During visit of production areas, it is strictly forbidden to enter restricted areas, to conduct any operations on production equipment, and stay within areas of loading activities or hot works. Let's study safety rules of movement on site territory in details. We have dedicated pedestrian routes, which are separated from vehicle routes by barriers in production. You can cross vehicle routes only through special gates. Speed limit in production area is 5 kilometers per hour. Vehicles have priority in production areas and warehouses, including crosswalks. Walking up and down stairs, please hold on to handrails. In areas of electric forklift trucks traffic and operations, you must use halo principle. Production areas have site-specific industrial hazards: noise, dust, manual handling, moving vehicles, moving and rotating machinery, hand tools, high-voltage equipment, stairs and platforms, slippery surfaces, spillages, cleaning agents. Please pay your attention to these hazards. We use raw materials agreed on corporate level. Siren cards help to identify raw material danger, toxicity, combustibility, reactivity, PPE requirements, and environmental impact. All finished goods produced on site have safety passports, MSDS. In case of emergency, please stay calm and follow instructions. First, immediately inform site representative. Second, introduce yourself, indicate incident location, and describe incident shortly. Third, in case of fire alarm activation, please leave the building through the nearest emergency exit and proceed to security point. Use your prox card at security point to register your exit. Please do not leave assembly point until it is allowed by site administration. Stay visible for site representative. Any deviation must be reported to site administration, site representative, security, HSE manager. Please see phone numbers on the screen. In case of fire, please dial 01 or 112 and proceed to the nearest emergency exit. Assembly location is security point. You need to use your pass to register your exit and leave through the gate. In accordance with legal and corporate requirement, we conduct HSE trainings, introductory trainings, refresher trainings, off-schedule trainings, target safety trainings. To inform employees, contractors, and visitors about fire safety and prevention requirements, we inform about basic fire safety requirements, fire protection facilities, firefighting equipment, actions in case of fire emergency. In case of any injury, please report site administration immediately and step up to first aid using first aid kit. In case of need, please call ambulance by 03 or 112 emergency numbers. During visit of special effect area, please follow area-specific safety rules. Use additional PPE, conductive protective footwear, or protective footwear with earthing stripe, helmet or bump hat. Please use pocket oxygen analyzer. In case you do not have it, you must be accompanied by a site representative who has it. Before entering this area, please check conductivity of your footwear. In special effect area, it is strictly forbidden to use mobile phones, use camera and make pictures, use of any liquids, including water, smoke or use any sources of fire or sparkles. We have set of Akzonobel corporate safety rules called life-saving rules, LSR. For breach of any of these rules, we apply maximum strict disciplinary action according to local legislation. First, work with a valid work permit when required. Second, use a fall protection when working at height. Third, obtain a permit for entry into a confined space. Fourth, make sure moving machinery and parts is guarded. Fifth, check equipment is isolated before work begins, with low to toe. Sixth, obtain authorization before disabling safety equipment. Seventh, wear a seatbelt in motor vehicles when provided. Eighth, do not use alcohol or drugs at work. Stop work if conditions or behavior are unsafe. This is our golden principle. These rules help to prevent serious injuries. That is why they are applicable to all employees, contractors, and visitors. We care about environment and do everything to reduce energy and water consumption. We separate wastes: paper, cardboard, plastic, and metals, and packaging wastes are sent for rework. Industrial wastes and domestic wastes are sent for disposal and landfilling. Waste areas and bins are marked with special signs and floor marking for your convenience. Thank you for helping us to reduce our impact to environment. We work with accordance with integrated management system policy and follow international ISO standards. Quality system management, environmental management system, occupational health and safety management systems. Our site has implemented BBS process with behavioral approach of incidents and injuries prevention. Backbone of BBS process is observation of work processes, and it applies to all site employees. The main principle of BBS is anonymity. No name, no blame. During BBS observation, we identify critical behavior of employees. Models of critical behavior taken from global Akzonobel incidents history. Observer assesses employees' behavior during work in terms of safety and risks. After observation, observer gives feedback to a person observed with the reference to safe and unsafe behavioral models identified. The person observed can also give feedback to the observer about barriers to safe behavior and share his or her ideas for process improvement. Incidents history shows that more than 85% of all incidents could have been prevented if behavior had been safe. Warehouse drivers are to follow certain safety rules. Use mandatory set of PPE, including trousers and long-sleeved clothes. Truck must be securely locked during movement. Unloading or loading activities must be conducted in dedicated areas only. Long-term parking is permitted only in dedicated areas. Wheel block must be used during unloading or loading activities. Engine must be switched off and keys placed to special low-to-2 box. Our health, safety, and environmental induction training is over. We hope for your understanding and responsibility. Take care.